No, this is, after all, a legit freaking nightmare. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky video for you. How are we all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Let's see who we've got in here. We've got Aaron Homeyard. How's it going, Aaron Homeyard? Rick Rizzle, Glenn, Aaron H, Kayam, Rajon, Jamie Loki Jones. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me today and getting in here for this transfer latest video, the latest update from Manchester United. Now, let's try and remain positive. I'm feeling a little bit low and pissed off, actually, as I start this video, because it's the 17th of September now. United are playing Crystal Palace in 2 days, and we still haven't signed any bastard other than Donny van der Beek. Now, I'm a little bit pissed off about that. By the way, sorry if you can hear a lawnmower going on outside. One of my Bellsprout neighbours has decided to get going as soon as I'm bloody starting to get going here, so that's good. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone who is here right now and stopping by. Let's get on with it then. So the biggest news of the day, it's looking like Tiago is going to join the Scousers. It's looking like Thiago Alcantara is going to join the Scousers. And pretty much what we said all along is true, is that Tiago was probably never really interested in joining Manchester United. He's just using us as leverage to get that deal done with Liverpool and maybe squeeze a few extra more coins out of them. So that's pretty much the situation as we expected it anyway, everyone. Very, very frustrating because United need to get players in. Tiago, to me, say what you want. He's gone to the Scousers. We'll get into my thoughts and opinions on that, and it's cash. But, at the end of the day, fuck that guy, basically. If he wants to go and play for the Scousers and not Manchester United, we only want players that want to play for us. And as I said, he's just using us as a pawn in this whole deal with Liverpool anyway. So I think, we'd rather have a younger player who's committed and actually wants to play for Manchester United than some prat that's only coming for the money anyway. I said that in the past. I said that, look, Klopp's got a great team there. They're playing attacking football. He's a big name in terms of management. They're the champions. They're likely to challenge for all things again next season. So the only reason really, unless he was a lifelong United fan, the only reason Thiago Alcantara would want to come to United anyway, over Liverpool in my opinion, if they're both in for him, would be for money. So we don't want another mercenary here who's just here for the money anyway. We want somebody that's here for the accolade of playing for Manchester United and the challenge. So in all honesty, yeah, Thiago's gone to Liverpool. It's an amazing signing for them, or it looks like he's going to Liverpool. And it's an amazing signing for them, and it would have been a good signing for us too, absolutely. But you can't cry over spilt milk. The guy's a twat, he's going to Liverpool. Simple as that. Fabrizio Romano's come out confirming it and said Thiago Alcantara will sign his contract as new Liverpool player until June 2024. So a 4-year deal. The agreement is 100% completed also with the player as with Bayern Munich. 30 million euros and add-ons included. The official announcement is just a matter of time. Here we go. So I will let you know when that official announcement comes in. Not that we really give a shit. But yeah, just so you know, 30 million euros for Tiago. That's a bloody bargain. Whichever way you look at it. I know he's not got long left on his contract, but Liverpool spending 30 million euros for a player like Thiago Alcantara, who is, in my opinion, one of the best midfielders in the world. He in terms of what he's achieved and won over the last however many years, he's right up there. Guess it does help playing for Bayern in their Monopoly League. But either way, he's going to be a Liverpool player, lads and lasses, which is piss poor because I think their midfield is the only issue area. Now they've got Thiago in there. They're going to have a great midfield as well, and I think overall their team's just going to be very difficult to beat, and they didn't really need to add a lot to their team. It's not like us who needed to add a whole lot to our team. They've got their finished team pretty much. They're just adding a bit more competition and trying to improve ever so slightly now. Whereas United, we were looking at maybe bringing a player like this to actually play a big role in our football club. But at the end of the day, screw this guy, man. I mean, how do you guys feel about? I am gutted, I am disappointed. I would love to see Thiago play at United, but not if the only reason he's coming for money, which that would be the only reason if he was coming. And it's understood that the deal basically broke down because of Thiago wanting too much money from Manchester United potentially. We know Solskjaer had conversations. We know United were in talks with Bayern and of course the agents and stuff like that, and we understand that we made an offer, or that we were interested in making an offer, but it was just that the amount of money was just too much for Manchester United to really justify. Now, I find that a little bit hard to believe that Liverpool can justify this money and Manchester United can't, because we all know Liverpool are a bunch of skint scousers at the moment, and United, of course, honest, we are one of the biggest commercially successful clubs in the world. I know we've got cancerous owners, but you'd expect us to be able to, what is his wages? 240k a week, I think, is somewhere what I've read. Sounds about right. But either way, look, if he's going to Liverpool, that's one thing. He's gonna have to of course, choose between the clubs that are in for him. And if Manchester United didn't seriously table an offer to Bayern either, then what's the bloody point? He's just going to go to Liverpool. So he's ended up going to Liverpool, lads and lasses. It's done. It's dusted. Christian Falk also says it's true. It's also confirmed, according to our information, Tiago to LFC is a done deal. And this is reported by David Ornstein from Bild and of course Fabrizio and a whole bunch of reputable sources. So it's looking like Thiago Alcantara will sign his new contract to Liverpool until June 2024, and there's a 100% agreement in place with Bayern Munich for 30 million euros, add-ons and included. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you are pissed off, lads and lasses, about this situation. I'm not even that bothered about Tiago, guys. It's just that we're missing out on players now. We're having a mare with this Reguilon deal. Okay, I get the intricacies with the deal there is somewhat something that United don't want to do, but missed out on a player there. Bale, our 5th, 6th option at right wing there, to be fair, but at the end of the day, we've missed out on him too. He's going to Spurs as well. Tiago, another player that Manchester United are in for, another player that could absolutely improve our starting 11. We've missed out on him to the bloody Scousers, lads and lasses. So this is just a terrible window being made even more terrible by the day. I just cannot believe the situation that United find themselves in, where we can't seem to have any sort of power in this transfer window whatsoever anymore. We've melted. Our owners have melted. Our chief exec potato boy have melted. And it's basically, he's a mashed potato now. He's having a nightmare, this man, about negotiating with other football clubs and getting players in. Negotiations from Manchester United, crikey, I don't even know if that word really exists. What is it? It's more like a piss take, is what it is, just like not being able to get any deals done with any teams whatsoever, unless it's an absolute bargain for Manchester United and everybody concerned. Other than that, it's like pretty impossible for United to get any deals done with our current regime. They're a bunch of clueless clown wankers, my friends. Get your thoughts and opinions in then about Tiago. Let's just dip in and see what you guys think about it. And then we'll get on to some other stories and news that we've got today as well in regards to Manchester United and the transfers and shit like that. But anyway, very depressing start to the day, really. It's not really the start of the day, but you know what I mean. Very depressing day, this moment in time. JP, what's going on, man? Hey, how are you, mate? MUFC gang says, sad how bad we are in the transfer window. 100% agree, dude. I mean, this is pitiful. It's another pitiful window. Goes to show and highlight the inadequacies we have at the top. We need a director of football. We need someone with a bit of cojones in there, who's got a vision, who's not afraid to execute that vision, who's just literally got the direction of this football club out on the pitch at the forefront of their mind. Not some banker, not some yes man, not some little puppet to the Glazers who's just literally looking at the bottom line. No, we need somebody who is actually allowed a bit of creative freedom in terms of the recruitment of this football club. Otherwise, I don't see how this football club is going to compete with the top clubs that do have that sort of level of freedom and that are signing players right now. Solskjaer needs bloody help, guys. It's not going to be Solskjaer's fault. It's the board. It's the chief exec. It's everybody involved with bringing players into this football club. God, oh God, what we wouldn't do for a proper director of football, a proper Edwin van der Sar type player, type guy, ex-player, yeah. Very annoying anyway, very annoying, guys. Do us a favour if you're tuning in right now and smash that like button, by the way. If you're just stopping by, please do leave a cheeky little like on it. That'll help this stream out and help it considerably. So please do smash that like button and get your thoughts and opinions in about Tiago. The United Way says, it's happened to us before. Mikel signed for us and went to Chelsea. Yeah, I also remember a couple of years ago, actually, Pedro, wasn't it? Pedro was pretty much being talked about like he was a done deal at United, and then he ended up going to Chelsea. They swooped in last moment. So we have definitely lost a little bit of power in the transfer market and how we actually do the business. Griffo Chaz says, get Joel Glazer on the show and tell him to F off. Mate, I would love to do that, my friend. Can you patch me into his office, please, in his ivory tower over there in New York, and I'll give him a piece of my freaking mind. G-Wolf, what's going on, my friend? He says, I'm absolutely disgusted and embarrassed that other United fans are unsubscribing to United on socials and saying they're not a United fan because the only... I mean, that is preposterous because obviously this is the football club that we love. So that is preposterous. I agree with you. But at the same time, like, we do need to make our voices heard that we're unhappy. We need to show the discontent of this current regime. If they don't buy the players, if they're not prepared to invest and get everyone we want, then piss off out of our football club. Then do one, sell it to somebody that will, sell it to an actual fan of this club, or somebody that wants to run it like it's a football club and not like it's just a bloody business. So I can understand it though, G-Wolf, but yeah, I mean, that's just silly. You can't just renounce your support of United because we all love this football club. At the end of the day, it's the football that we love out there on the pitch. It's not anything else, the football. And as long as there's a football team called Manchester United playing United, I will be watching them and supporting them. But I will not be supporting what's going on behind closed doors. I will not be supporting this current regime. Because it's a disgrace, and none of us should really put up with it and accept it. Problem is, there's not really a whole bunch that we can do other than voice our concerns, other than protest, other than make our voices heard, other than do things like that, maybe. Get in there, my son. Nice one, guys. Thank you very much for getting in here today, though, as I said. I mean, it's very frustrating. Gungshi's in the gaff. How are you, Gungshi? He says, we support United no matter what, but it is beyond frustrating the way that owners are screwing us over. Yeah, we've lost that ability to really compete with the top clubs in the transfer window because of them. That's the only reason. I mean, if a Russian oligarch came in like Roman Abramovich right now, United's got one of the biggest names, one of the biggest revenues, one of the biggest reputations in world football. If we had the backup that a club like Chelsea does, then United would instantly go to being pretty much the most powerful footballing, transfer Goliaths that there are. They'd be able to sign anybody because the name, the reputation, the competitions, everything's there. We've still got a very good team as well, just need to add a few players in there. So the attraction to potential players to want to play for United is all there. The only thing that's not there is the want to spend the money, is the direction from the club at the top of the club. They don't have a clear they do have a clear vision, it seems, but they don't have a clear vision that matches the vision of the fans. We want to see true investment in this football club. We want to see the team improved piece by piece every single transfer window like it should be, trying to achieve what we should be achieving, which is challenging for the Premier League. That should be the ultimate goal for United, is to challenge for that Premier League year in, year out. And at this moment in time, it's been 7 years since the last time we did that. So that's just wrong. They need to be making the right steps every single window in order to try and close that gap and get us there. But they're not doing it yet again this window anyway. Nobody can say that they have. I mean, they might panic. They might worry about getting bombed or something at the end of the window and buy a couple of players in a panic. But realistically, they haven't done enough to get this football club performing where we should be this season by the signings that they've made. No, they don't really truly have that part of the football club in their best of their interest. It's more about the money. So it is a terribly run football club, Gungshi. I totally agree with you. I mean, it would be amazing if those guys went out. And like I said, if we did have a proper owner, or like this Ortega family who are worth 70 billion, or there's some Russian billionaire that I heard was interested in the football club yesterday as well. If we had somebody like that, then of course Manchester United would instantly go to being able to compete for anybody in this transfer window, because we're a huge club and a huge name. We give everything that could possibly be required for a future player wanting to come to this club, but we just can't give them necessarily the upfront transfer fees for the players, and the amount of investment that's needed across the team, and wages and things like that. I mean, it's understood we haven't tabled an offer for Tiago. Maybe it's because Solskjaer understood that Tiago would only really be coming to this football club for the money, instead of going to Liverpool at this stage. But we certainly could have offered him a decent amount of money. 240k is what it's being reported at. I'm not sure if that's 100% at this stage. But it's not a great deal of money when Pogba's on 300k and De Gea's on 350k. How can you not justify 240k for Tiago? Look, I don't know if that's the reason it's broken down, but it seems to be the reason it's broken down. We're not happy unless it's got some financial positives for us, like the Donny van der Beek deal, where he's a young player, 39. Listen, seriously. Donny van der Beek, 39 million pounds, euros, actually, 39 million euros. Bargain, cheap as chips. Guess what? That price is only going north. That's an asset that United have no risk on, in my opinion. Yes, we're going to have a great player for however many years, 7 or 10 years here. Great stuff, potentially. But you know what? If it doesn't work out, they'll probably just be able to sell him for a profit, because he's 23. He's going to be in the heart of that Dutch side for the next 10 years. So his valuation of an asset is not going anywhere. So they signed that player because there's no financial ramifications whatsoever for the football club, really, other than paying him quite low wages and producing and developing him and hoping that he's going to do the business out there on the pitch. But if he doesn't, then it's not like they're going to lose anything. So that's why they've signed him. But other players that are coming to the tail end of their careers, like a Tiago, who's 29, who's got 4 years still at the top level, really, signed a 4-year contract. They're maybe not looking at that, because at the end of that deal, he's just going to be worth worth nothing again. He's going to be worth nothing. So I think that they're thinking primarily of the finances for the football club. Absolutely, that's what they're doing. But also, what we should be doing is looking more at just what can improve us now and in the future. There's nothing wrong with buying young players and having them develop and get better over time, and in 5 years having that ready-made team that's just a crop of amazing young talents that's progressed. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is United and we haven't won the bloody title for 7 years, guys. So let's make some strides in the window to get a bit of mix of experience in there as well, to clog the holes that we've got in the team and try and give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer everything that he has to challenge this season. But we haven't done that. It's the piss poor Glazers and their ownership and that twat Woodward. We haven't done it. Those are the reasons, guys. Those are the reasons. Our board are having a freaking double daymare, honestly, in this window. All we need is a centre-back. Everybody knows that. Bloody hell. My granny knows it. Everyone knows it. Victor Lindelof, you can take one look at him and realise he's not up to standard, really. We need to get a top-quality centre-back in there, but we haven't. We're just going to persist with Victor Lindelof, are we? Or take a punt on an 18-year-old Mengi, which we'll get onto in a bit. Great, I love, great, I've got high hopes for him. But still, is that really the best thing for United to do this season, is to take a gamble on a young lad over a bloody Swedish furniture maker at centre-back? I don't think it is. It's a nightmare, guys. It's a nightmare. It's very stressful. It's very frustrating. I mean, look, as United fans, this is not a good window for us. We are moaning and having a go because it's not just about the lack of players. It's about the hierarchy of this football club. It's about the ownership, the leadership of this football club. The vision is completely wrong. The vision's completely wrong. We are not executing the vision that the fans have at all well. And they don't care, to be honest, because it's just a business. They're over in America. They don't give a foot, lads and lasses. It's totally wrong. Please just sell the bloody football club already. Please, somebody come and take it off their hands, honestly, because if we did have great owners, this would be a great football club overnight again. The only shackles we've got is our owners. The only shackles we've got is our lack of vision and ambition. That's the only shackles that we have got. Solskjaer's not shackling this football club, no. He is unlocking the football club, really. He's actually helping the football club. He's helping us get third whilst being shackled by the Glazers' ownership. So if we had those shackles taken off, we would just be allowed to run free and run loose in this transfer window. And out there on the pitch too, we would instantly be better, I bet, as soon as the Glazers went, because United would sign those couple of players that we needed. If a big Russian billionaire or someone came in, we would sign those couple of players that we're lacking right now. And then suddenly we'd have everything that we need. Solskjaer has done a brilliant job developing this side. United have spent money over the years. It's not about the money spent. I'm looking at everything else. I'm looking at the bottom line. I'm looking about how much money's been put in and how much money's been taken out, and how much is servicing the debt. That's what I'm looking at. They have spent a bit of money over the years, but they haven't spent it well. They spent it on absolute turds like Alexis Sanchez and stuff like that. We haven't, from your Morgan Schneiderlins to your Bastian Schweinsteigers, and just lots of aimless signings, man. Lots of aimless signings that are just lacking vision and lacking real thought, and are just not good signings. They haven't turned out to be good signings. It's all well and good if you sign a Bruno and he turns out to be great, but we haven't got that many Brunos. We haven't got that many Aaron Wan-Bissakas. Over the 7 years since Fergie left, we've signed a whole bunch of shitbags mainly. Don't get me wrong, we still had some brilliant players signed in those times who have come and gone, and absolutely we have, from your Zlatans and your Brunos, whoever. But we still we haven't bought players very well over these 7 years, basically. If they had invested that better, of course United wouldn't be in a better position right now. But they haven't. And it doesn't look like they're going to invest very much in this window either. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher comments, the money needs to be spent wisely. That's it. It's not just about spending the money. You have to spend that money wisely. I mean, I don't want to talk about Liverpool anymore and give them any more props than they don't deserve, to be perfectly honest with you. But look, they're going to be signing Tiago. They've added a player in this transfer window. Happens to be a world-class midfielder. They're already, you'd have to say, I hate to say it, but they're a world-class outfit in terms of, well, they're challenging for Champions League. They won the Premier League. They won the Champions League last year. At this moment in time, you'd have to say they're a world-class outfit, right? So they've added to that world-class outfit. They're a club that hadn't won anything for 30 years, but they got Klopp in and they decided, they've got American owners too, but they did it properly with what they spent. They didn't spend a huge amount of money. But the recruitment, I have to say, was pretty amazing, really. People like Salah, Mane, Andrew Robertson, 8 mil, bringing Alexander-Arnold through and all that. Van Dijk's obviously a big money signing that they spent, but what a signing. Alisson, good goalkeeper. The signings that they've made in this period have been good signings. They've all proven to be good signings. And it's not just down to Klopp's management, absolutely bloody not. It's also just down to them having a good basis of bringing a player in and obviously Klopp's vision and then being able to execute Klopp's vision well. That's the difference. That's the difference between the two football clubs at this moment in time, is that they're spending a little bit better than us. They're not spending more than us. No, we're the ones who are spending more. That's the most bloody frustrating thing over the last 10 years. But they're spending it better than us. So United have started to spend it better. I think if players like Wan-Bissaka and Maguire and these guys are coming in, we've definitely started to spend that money better than getting turds like Alexis Sanchez through the door. So we have spent it better. But actually, 80 million quid on Maguire, is that really spending it better? Actually, now I thought about it, But still, though, we have signed some good players for it's a better sort of signing that we're getting. We're getting players that are younger, hungrier. They're not these big-name prima donnas like an Alexis Sanchez that can ransom the club. So we have changed our ethos, but maybe that's also down to the fact, like I said with this Tiago deal, that this football club is just not prepared to invest fully in the window. So they're only signing these young bargain players that are assets that are growing, that they still got good value in a few years' time. If it doesn't work out at United, that's it. Tiago, if he comes in and he has a few seasons at the club, he's going for nothing at the end of it. They're fully aware of this, and I bet that's the main reason why United probably didn't persevere with Tiago. We know Solskjaer understands that this football club is sort of shackled at the moment with the finances and everything. He's aware of this. He knows that this transfer window and with this pandemic and going on in the world, that it's not going to be the spending window that we all hoped. So does that mean that we're not getting Sancho then? Because that really truly would be an absolutely gash window then, wouldn't it? Right, okay, let's duck into your questions quickly then, lads and lasses, and just see what you think about Tiago before we get on to the next business of the day. But yeah, what an absolute calamity this club is, though. The Glazers, I mean, fuck's sake, just go. Can't we just get somebody to come in and buy? What a great football club. It's going to make you so much money. The fan base is the greatest in the world. So as a prospective buyer, why wouldn't somebody want to come in and just drop 4 billy down for the football club? The Glazers are like, you know what, 4 billy? We bought this club with 800 million worth of debt. That sounds like a good deal. Let's get out. Let's go. I bloody love it, lads and lasses. I would love it if the Glazers sold the club and Man United had proper owners who are prepared to invest and have that clear vision of challenging for excellency, which is what it should be at United. Do us a favour, lads and lasses, if you're watching right now, smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Smash a like on it and get your thoughts and opinions in about these shite owners. Sadie Ahmed comments, if we fail to finish top 4, do you think sacking Solskjaer would be a wise decision? I don't want Ollie to be the scapegoat. Absolutely bloody not. Sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be the wise decision. It's not down to him whether he gets top 4 this season, in my opinion. He did a miracle job like bloody Jesus and the fishes and the loaves last season with Manchester United getting 3rd with the squad that we had. We didn't have a squad capable of finishing 3rd at the start of the season. No way. That Bruno Fernandes signing was a miraculous deal which literally turned water into wine at United, and it was a bloody miracle, to be perfectly honest with you. But if not for that, United would have been 5th or 6th or whatever. And there's other clubs making strides this year. There's other clubs that are developing and progressing. If you think Arsenal are going to be a shit this year, you're wrong. They won't finish 8th. They'll finish higher than 8th. Chelsea have made strides in the transfer window with great signings. City have signed players. Pep's got the bit between his teeth. He wants to get that title back. Leicester, they're still going to be without Brendan Rodgers, Meltbag and his set of technicians out there. You've got, who else? Wolves, Everton now with Carlo Ancelotti and these signings that they've made. It's not going to be easy again for Solskjaer. If he doesn't get top 4, it's not his fault. If the window ends now and he's not got the signings that he needed to improve his team, it's not his fault if we don't get top 4. No, we've been left behind. We've been left behind in this window. We've signed one good young player. That's fine. But we've been left behind in this window so far. So unless the window closes on October the 4th or 5th, or whenever the fuck it is, and United have got a few puzzle pieces in there, we have got that centre-back, we have got that Sancho, we have got that left-back, which we keep freaking going on about, then I don't see how he can really be expected to do any better than last year. I still think 3rd should be our target, of course, because that's where we finished last year, and we're already a good team. We showed that last year. But there's still other competition from other teams. It won't be as easy this year unless we add a bit more quality. There's a reason why Solskjaer had to play a knackered Brandon Williams towards the end of last year. There's a reason Jesse Lingard is even a player at United. It's not because they're quality players and they add something to the side. It's because we don't have anything better in those positions right now. We don't have the strength. We don't have the players fit. If there's an injury issue here or there, we're screwed. We don't have the depth. We need the depth. We need to get some players in. We need to get a left back. We need to get a centre back. We need to get a CDM. We need to get a right wing. That's 4 players that should have come in this window minimum. And so far, we've got Donny, which is great, but he's not even a proper out-and-out defensive midfielder. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, though. I think he's going to be a good player. But he's not even the player that we needed at the start of this window. It doesn't make any sense at all, lads and lasses. So yeah, it's just a shite window, this one. Say what you want about it. Man United, we are becoming a bit of a joke in the window in terms of our pulling power. And it's not because of the pull of the club, actually, of the draw. It's just because of the owners and their lack of ambition. That's what it is, and the shackles that they've got on this football club. Thank you, guys, to everybody that's tuning in and getting involved. Gungers comments, the Glazers don't give a damn about United winning things. They're only interested in leeching money out of the football club. Absolutely, they're basically like some freaking, I don't know, like some bloody street pimp or something. And we're one of their hoes. That's how they seem to treat us. They give us a bloody slap. They feed us. They do water us or whatever. That sounds messed up, but you know what I mean. They house us. But at the end of the day, we're just a commodity that makes them money. They don't really give a shit about us. You know, that's basically what it is. Joel Glazer and these guys are a bunch of bloody pimp daddies over there in New York who don't give a shit about us. So yeah, I agree, Gunchi. It's a business. It's just an opportunity for them to milk money. It's an asset. It's something that that they mortgaged when they bought it, and now they're renting it out. That's basically what it is. The Glazers' ownership of this football clubs. So I completely agree with you, Gunshi, man. It's a joke. Joe McDonough, he says, if we just signed Sancho, would you be happy with just him? I mean, I'd be happy getting Sancho in, of course, because he's going to be a great player for us for the next 10 years. And that would actually be a proper bold move from the football club, wouldn't it? Spending the money. 120 million euros or somewhere near there on a 20-year-old, that's a bold move. You can't really say, you know, that's not investment. That's proper investment. But it also, like I said earlier, with Liverpool's acquisitions and signings over the Klopp period, it's also about having wise acquisitions. It's not just about spending money and getting a player when they're available and you can get him. It's also about looking at what's best for the team, looking at what areas of the team needs improving and improving upon those areas. So to answer your question, if United finish this window having signed only Jadon Sancho and Van der Beek, I would be mildly okay with that because it's better than nothing. But I also think it's not improved us in the areas enough that we needed to improve, and we've had a poor window. That is sort of how I'd feel. Now, you might think that's silly having spent, 159 million euros it would be getting Sancho and Van der Beek. But Van der Beek is a player that, you know, we've already got players like him. He might be better in the future and he might be better now. That's great. We've already got players like him, and Sancho's a wicked signing. Mason's already a great option up there though. So getting a lesser player with a backup option there and improving the other areas of the team might have been better to spend that 120 million euros on. Matt Rush, thank you very much for the super chat, Matt Rush, mate. Appreciate it, dude. He says, Glazers out. We want our club back. Come on then, Matty Rush. Get in there, my son. Absolutely, I fully agree with you. It is time now that we got our football club back. How we do that is another question. I mean, what? You can go and have a protest outside the stadium, but they're over in bloody New York. They've got handlers over here. They've got that human potato Eddie Woodward. They've got handlers over here. They don't even have to get involved with this football club. This is just like a little business to them that they operate overseas. It's a satellite business to them. You know, so say what you want about them. They are just milking this football club, and they do just operate it as a business. That's their prerogative. They shouldn't have been allowed to buy it in the first place. They did. That's the situation as is. But please, 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 can somebody just come in and buy this brilliant football club and give it the foundation that it needs to do what it needs to do, which is be that great swashbuckling side that attacks and challenges for everything and doesn't accept second best. We shouldn't just be looking to get top 4 every year to keep the Champions League money coming in. That's piss poor, man. Do you think Alex Ferguson would have been satisfied with this current situation? Absolutely bloody not. Even the great Fergie probably washed his hands with this shit. I know when he was still here, the Glazers were here towards the tail end of his career, but it was different. We had Gill, we had Fergie. That's just a massive X factor already right there. That's the difference maker. That's why the Glazers were able to get any sort of success during that period, really, is because of Fergie and because of Gill and the previous regime. So, yeah, that's the only reason. It's not because of anything they did good. They've always shackled this football club as far as I'm concerned. So, look, but even worse in the last years, because we've seen how much money's been going out of the club and servicing the debt and things like that, and it's just wrong. Ruddy Can't Gain, thank you for getting in here with your finger, your foam finger sticker, the super sticker of foam fingerness, mate. Nice one. I'd like to stick that foam finger right up the Glazers' noses, my friend. That's right. Because they are absolutely got no brains, these guys. I don't see why they don't just invest in this football club and do what's right. But actually, no, like we say, they're just milking it. Oh, man, we've gone over it before. We had people on here talking about the situation with Tampa and what they've done over there. They've spent a lot of money there recently, but really, they're just a shit side who haven't won anything for bloody 17 years or something like that. So it's kind of like, well, is that what we're really going to expect? They're just going to piece off bits of this company, stock exchange, piece bits off, commercial deals, generate money, siphon out the club, pay the dividends, all that shit that's associated with running a business. They're going to do. They're not operating it like a fan. Look at that table we looked at yesterday. Roman Abramovich, 424 million of chairman money he's invested into the club over the last 5 years. Guess how much United? Minus 89 million pounds. It's a third of ownership of this football club. Jazzman, what's going on? He says history is full of protests. Absolutely, we need to make our voices heard, guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I know the answer. I've got the answers to this, but look, hitting them where it hurts in the pocket with not buying the merch and stuff. It's not going to do a whole lot, but it might do something, guys. But you know what's going to happen, though? This is what's going to happen, in my opinion. Last days of the window, United go back to Dortmund in the hope that we can somehow negotiate with them a little bit, take a bit off the deal, go back because it's the last few days of the window and say, look, if you're not going to sell him to us now, you're not going to get 120 million for him and we're not coming back. And if they do something like that, then you might just shave a few million off it. They sign Jadon Sancho. All of a sudden, all the headless chickens around the world in terms of fans that will just suck this up. No offense to any, I'm just saying, like, there'll still be a bunch of people that just forget about the Glazers as soon as Sancho's signed, and they'll go out there and they'll buy their shirts with Sancho on the back and they'll make millions and millions and millions of pounds. And they'll do that. I bet you know that's going to happen. So it's like that will appease a lot of the fan base, but it won't appease me, lads and lasses. It won't appease a lot of you guys, I'm sure, either, because it's unacceptable to just paper over the cracks with a signing like Sancho when there's other areas of the team that need strengthening, and of course what they've done over the years with the running this football club and the fact that we know they don't have the best interest of this football club at heart. Matt Rush, thank you, matey. He says 114 likes. That is absolutely sensational, guys. Thank you to everybody that smashed the thumbs up on this video. If you haven't smashed a thumbs up yet, please do leave a cheeky little like on it. That will help this stream out and this channel out loads. So please do smash a thumbs up on it if you haven't done so already and get involved in the comments. Devil of a Red, how you doing? Comments again. The crafty Glazers have made it so it is almost impossible for anybody to buy us. It would take over 4 billion. Absolutely, this club should be valued at that, though. If you look at some of the other sports franchises that are sold recently, I mean, something like the UFC sold for 4.2 billion, and you think, well, Manchester United is just an absolutely unbelievable entity. It's got like a billion fans or 800 million fans around the world, or somewhere around that, something like that. Probably dwindling by the second, knowing our bloody ownership and how things have been going, but still a massive fan base, massive huge company, massive huge earning potential. If you look at something like that, then it's got to be worth billions. It has to be worth 4 or 5 billion, I think. Maybe 3 to 4 billion based on the current regime and the fact there is a bit of debt to clear and stuff like that. And I would only want a prospective buyer coming in if they were going to clear that debt also. If you're coming in and you're taking over a football club for 4 billion pounds and it's got a few £100 million of debt left, then you should absolutely be clearing that off. So the last thing I would want is to still remain with that debt and have an owner come in that doesn't want to clear that, because that's another sign of ambition. If a potential owner comes in and clears that debt, all of a sudden United are playing ball, United are at the party, United have the pulling power in the transfer window to match anybody then. So yeah, just Glazers out, guys. I mean, that's all we can really say. Get the bastards out of our club. Don't even wind me up with that one, Bill Pedro Ward. He says, according to Dieter Harman, LFC CEO was at Dortmund yesterday. Don't even wind me up with that one, Bill. Kaiser Soze comments, at the end of the window, they will hunk up some money for Sancho and all of this gripe will be forgotten by the United supporters. Absolutely, that's exactly what I just said a moment ago. I fully agree. I think that will happen because there'll be so much backlash from the fans now. Now that we're losing out on Tiago, losing out on Reguilon, losing out on Bale, not signing any other players, there's going to be backlash from the fan base. Absolutely. We're seeing it already. It just boils over every couple of weeks, really, because the fans cannot believe the detritus that is taking place in terms of recruitment of this football club in this window. When we know we finished 30-odd points behind the Scousers, and that's just unacceptable. So we all know that. So we all know that there needs to be moves in this window. And when it doesn't happen, it all boils over. The fan base goes nuts, rightfully so, because it's just ridiculous how they run it. And then what they'll do is they'll go out there and they'll make a big name, you know, like we said, whether it's a Bruno in January just to appease the fans, they'll make that signing. Maguire at the start of the season, of course, overpaying for him, really. They'll make the signing, they'll overpay for Jadon Sancho, they'll get him in there, and it will improve our side, but it won't improve our side that much. In all honesty, because there's still glaring issues at the back. The centre-back, the left-back don't have the cover there. There's issues there, guys. I do think Sancho would do brilliantly. I also think Mason Greenwood would do brilliantly there. To me, it's about depth. It's not necessarily about getting a player that we're desperate in right wing. It's more about the depth, so a backup might be a decent option getting other players in. But they're not prepared to do that. They'll just get Sancho, because like I say, guys, it's all about the money to them. And yeah, if he costs 120 million euros, that's a shit ton of money. But he's 20. He's going to be a world star. He already is a world star. He was already in the England setup. He's already banging the goals in. He's already marketable. He's already commercially viable. And that is what they look at. They've got 12, 13 years of milking Jadon Sancho for everything he's worth as well. They have. And that's what they'll do. Trust me, they'll milk him. They'll get him on every bit of bloody noodle packets and stuff like that you could possibly think of. They'll have him with the Chevrolet logo tattooed on his bloody arm probably. Who bloody knows? This is the Glazers we're talking about here. So yes, they'll absolutely milk him. And look, in 5 years' time, if another football club wants him, bloody hell, he's a big valuable asset at 25 years of age, just like he's at 20. So it's not really a gamble for the Glazers like that. That's why I said Tiago and players like this are not really viable for them, because they look at the end product. They look at, in a few years, is he going to be worth nothing? Is he going to be worth less? Nah, let's get somebody who, even though they might cost a lot, they're just going to be commercially viable for us. We can haul them out on various different commercial deals and all sorts of stuff for a decade. We can obviously have them playing football for us as well, but the asset's still valuable at the end of it. That's what I think. That's what I think the situation is. Liman Isa says it's about our future or season. Yeah, very, 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 it has to be about both, doesn't it? It has to be about our current season and that as well. Hey, thank you so much, by the way, you absolute legend, Mr. Primot. Thank you, Primot, for getting in here with a PayPal he sent over, dude. Thank you, Mr. Primot. There he is. He says, Mrs. P. Cake Bandit, I'm thinking bit sandwiches and a bunch of pickled beets. Hey, have a good dinner there, Primot, mate. And thank you so much for sending in this PayPal. He says, your passion is infectious, big boy. We'll always outlast the Glazers. We back the gaffer and the squad. Have an aspirin on me, pig. Come on, United. Dude, thank you so much for that, Primot. You're a top lad. Really appreciate that. And I fully agree with you, man. We have to back United, but we can't back this absolute bullshit regime and ownership. Nice one, Primot, lad. You legend. Everybody stick a love heart emoji in there for Mr. Primot. Oh, yeah. One of the long-time legends of this channel. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, Primot. Really appreciate your say. Yeah, the Glazers are a cancer. Gungshi as well getting in it. The Gung-anator. Thank you so much, Gungfish, for stopping by in here. He comments, much as I'd love to see at least a couple more signings, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't buy any more players. Our shitty owners have no ambition when it comes to United. We're purely a cash cow for them. Stating the obvious, I know, but just felt like getting that off my chest. Long live the pig and the BB. Gungshi, thank you so much for your PayPal donation there, my friend, and thank you so much for your passionate comment there, having you say, and I agree entirely with you. There is no ambition from our owners at this club. The only ambition is to get that Champions League football every year, to keep that Champions League money and sponsorship coming in. That's the only reason that they even invest at all in this football club, I think. They are not proper owners. They're not like a Roman who's like, shit, man, we finished 4th last year. Bloody hell, that's shit. Crikey. We better do something this year, Otherwise, we're going to finish 4th again. Or even worse. So, actually, yeah, I'm going to give Lamps hundreds of millions and let him get whatever bloody players he wants in. Nice, yeah. And that way, we might close that gap. We're still not expecting miracles. I doubt Chelsea are going to win the league. But I think Roman's like, yeah, we need to do something. We need to do something to close the gap. So he's prepared to do it, but it's a totally different situation because he actually loves Chelsea. He actually loves the club, really. I mean, I think when he first bought it, he just wanted to buy a football club. There was even some talk that Newcastle, Man United, some other clubs he was interested in buying as well before he got Chelsea. So I think really he just wanted a club to use as a little toy. He loves football, and he obviously wanted to have a big club in the Premier League. That's, of course, what he wanted to do. And boy, oh boy, has he done that. They've won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League multiple times. He's done it because he's invested his own money into the football club. Chelsea's a cup team before this. Chelsea, historically, they're a good side back in the day. Your Zolas and your, I love that team of the 90s, actually, as a young kid. Sounds weird to say, but as a young kid, obviously, they had Zola, they had Vialli, and they had a good team. They had a really good team of players, didn't they? But they weren't challenging for the title. They were just a cup team. They were just a bloody cup team. So it's Roman that's come in that's changed Chelsea's football clubs and their fortunes completely around. Matt Rush says 149 likes. Legends, guys. Thanks for stopping in here and liking the vid. Do chuck a thumbs up on it if you haven't. AK says, what are we doing to catch Liverpool and Man City? AK, we're doing absolutely bugger all, my friend. We're not doing anything to catch them. We're just fanning around. We're not doing anything. Mrs. P's in here, by the way. Mr. Emmy says, mods, sort out this guy. Nice one, guys. Thank you. Asan Akhtar says, clubs tell players in January they have no future. We don't still have the deadwood. Asan Akhtar, fair play, yeah. What is this all about with not being able to get rid of players either? We're just a pitiful run club in terms of recruitment and also departures. It's difficult for us to get rid of players because of what we pay them. We're a disgrace, man, really. I mean, look, I love this club. I love watching the team. I love the players. I love Solskjaer. I love this set of players. This set of players, I've had more love for this set of players than any since the Fergie era, really. You know, you have to go back to the Fergie era to find a team of players that I feel connection with more than this current regime. I love Solskjaer. I love the players. I love Rashi. I love Martial. I love Greenwood. I love Bruno. I love Wan-Bissaka. I love the team. But what I do not love is the direction that this club's going in. I don't love the leadership of this club. It's fucking gash.
Hey everyone. Hey,
Mrs. P says, hello, everybody. Oliver Heaney says, you have a great team there, Pig. Not sure about the manager. Thoughts? No, I disagree, Oliver. He's done a brilliant job here. He's done the best sort of job, I think, out of any of the managers we've had since Fergie in terms of creating talents. Greenwood, Brandon, doing the right things. He's just promoted Mengi, which will get on, giving players the opportunities. United should be producing our own young talents, and he's done that, maybe out of necessity, but he's done that well. He's also put his arm around the players, over the shoulder of some of the players that needed it. Luke Shaw, Martial's probably benefited loads from Solskjaer working with him, and also Aaron Wan-Bissaka, these guys, if you look at how he's managed them, how they've developed over the season, he's done an absolutely brilliant job. Plus, he got us third in the league, which, as I said earlier on in the video, that is way more than I expected we were going to finish this last season, because the squad was shit at the start of the season. So, yeah, I mean, I think he did a brilliant job this last year, and he's shown a lot. He's shown me a lot in terms of what he can bring to this football club. The style's improved largely. He's gone up against the bigger managers and got scalps against them, whether it's your Man Cities or whoever, he's got some good scalps and results against them. We might have had to play somewhat negatively at times, but you can see what he's trying to do. You can see what he's trying to do at this club, turning the style slowly from that drab Jose bullshit into that old swashbuckling United style. We scored some insane goals this season. Lovely team goals. Martial, Rashi, some lovely goals we scored this season. Beautiful goals. So entertained by the football compared to the last couple of seasons, I really was. So to me, Solskjaer is the man for the job. It's not all about having the biggest CV or having the biggest reputation. It's also about who's the right fit for this club. Louis wasn't a great fit for this club. He was a great manager. Louis van Gaal's a fantastic manager, but wasn't the right fit for United. Jose Mourinho won it all. But he's not a right fit for United. And certainly bloody David Moyes, we don't even need to talk about that ginger goblin, do we? Jamie Loki Jones says, tell him to breathe. Thank you very much, Jamie Loki Jones. Yeah, I'm struggling here, lads. It's stressful. It's a stressful day. Yeah, because of this shit window, Nicola. Nothing to do with you or me. Don't worry. It's this shit window. Primot said, what are you asking? And I'm telling you. Primot says, come on, Ollie. Love him. Brandon C says, Rashford's free kick against Chelsea. Oh, exactly. What an unbelievable free kick that was. Stunning. Dara Azizi says, as a Liverpool fan for over 45 years, I don't hate United. You also need to compare Ollie to Klopp, and that is a big gap. No, not really. I compare Ollie's first 2 seasons to Klopp's first 2 seasons, and Ollie's winning, my friend. Ollie's fucking winning, my friend. No, you seem like a nice scouser, actually, Dara. I'm not going but Ollie's winning. Compare the first 2 seasons of Klopp's Liverpool tenure to Ollie's. Ollie's winning, my friend. I hate to tell you that. Klopp's had 6 or 7 years now. 5, 6, 7, however it's long it's been. He's had more time. That's come on. Let's judge Ollie in 5 years then. If you want him to compare him to Klopp and what Klopp's done at Liverpool, he needs the same amount of time then, doesn't he? In my opinion. So I see what you're saying there. Klopp's a good manager. He's proven that. But Ollie hasn't had even the chance properly to prove it yet. He hasn't had the tools to do the job. Liverpool gave Klopp the tools to do the job over that 5-year period. No, he's got the tools. He's doing the job well. But Solskjaer needs the tools to do the job just like Klopp needed the tools to do the job. Nobody can perform miracles. Klopp couldn't take that side that he took over and get them to win the league or the Champions League. No bloody way. 2 inconsistent leaking goals at the back. Yeah, bloody Laureus Karius in goal, mate. He cost you that Champions League final, my friend. You know, that's the difference. That's the difference. He needed to replace that gash keeper with a good keeper. He needed to replace a gash centre-back with a good centre-back. He needed to make these improvements window to window, and that's why Klopp's successful. It's not because he's a better manager than Ollie, in my opinion. It's just he's had more time and he's been backed and he's done the recruitment and the club have done the recruitment well. Jamie Loki Jones says, Ollie in brigade, absolutely. Kayam says, Pig, is there any other transfer news? Look, in terms of news and stuff like that, let's get in with it then. Okay, sorry, we'll go back onto it. It's just turned into a bloody Glazers outrun. I apologise, guys, but it's an absolute joke. It's just a joke, this the way this football club's run, man. So yeah, I'll get back into it then. Thank you for getting this back on track there, Kayam. Do us a favour, everyone, if you haven't already done so, smash that like button, get involved with this brilliant community and let us know your thoughts and opinions on it. So, just to give you a rundown, Tiago Alcantara will sign his contract as new Liverpool player until June 2024. The agreement is 100% completed. Also, with the players, Bayern Munich, 30 million euro add-ons, blah, 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 yada, yada, bullshit. Nice one. Gareth Bale to Tottenham, here we go. Last details will be sorted out. Salary shared with Real Madrid. Gareth will fly to London tomorrow. He'll complete medicals and join Tottenham Hotspur FC. Actually, I think he's getting a little bit carried away for Fabrizio Romano. Will he really complete a medical, or will he just undergo a medical? Because there's a big difference between completing a medical and undergoing a medical. And this is Gareth Bale we're talking about. So, you know, hopefully he doesn't complete that medical. So there you go. Alex Tellez. Let's get on to Alex Tellez then, lads and lasses. So Alex Tellez, a left-back that we have been linked to. Porto, Brazilian left-back. Great assists, great stats, great goal stats, actually, even for a left-back over in the Portuguese league. I think he's a great signing right now because we need a left-back. Not because he's the best left-back in the world that's available to us right now, but because we need a left-back. Reguilon's going to Spurs. Reguilon or Regulon or whatever the fuck is that. I don't even care what his name is anyway, because he's a twat and he's going to Spurs as far as I'm concerned. But United bottled out of that deal. We didn't want the short-term deal. That winds me up as well, guys. Like, why can't United just change a little bit and get a player for 2 seasons? It's just a glorified loan. We're not losing out anything by getting him. We're paying his wages and they're buying him back. But in the short term, he could help us out significantly. But fair enough, we want to sign a player permanently. Well, then it's got to be Alex Tellez then. It has to be Alex Tellez then. He's got to be the man that comes in and plays left back for United and gives Luke Shaw competition and cover. Absolutely. So, or if we're playing 3 at the back, he can play left wing back and Luke Shaw can play left centre back. You know, it gives us options then. We need a left back. It's not even the most important position for United to strengthen, but we do need one. The tail end of last season, we were left wanting in that area. Luke Shaw is just unfit all the time. Brandon's 19, left back, but he's right-footed. You know, probably makes sense to deputise for Wan-Bissaka. So get this guy in, gives us instant depth. Suddenly we've got Dalot, Wan-Bissaka and Williams who can play left back and right back. Suddenly we've got Tellez and Luke Shaw at left back as well. It makes so much more sense, guys. What are we trying to do and achieve at this club? Tottenham get Reguilon in for a couple of seasons because he can help them out in the short term. They've got Ben Davies, just more competition. So I don't really understand why we bottled out that one to begin with anyway. But, you know, a lot of people agree with the club on that one. I personally don't. I think it's more bullshit from the football club. And Alex Tellez is a great player that United should be getting. And I've got some news here that says Alex Tellez's agent is is expecting a bid from Manchester United anytime soon. So this is MEM that they're reporting on Alex Tellez here. MEM understands that Traore is also on the agenda, possibly, that 18-year-old from Atalanta there. So there's a bit more transfer news for you. But, you know, realistically, he's not going to be a backup for Sancho or anything like that. He's just going to be another young player that's going to go into the team and play down the line, you know, like all these other 15, 16, 17-year-old signings we've got this season. But in terms of Alex Tellez, though, yeah, his agent's expecting Manchester United to come in for him anyway. That's what we understand at this stage. We've got a little bit more news on it as well. Where is that? So anyway, yeah. So I think that he's an absolute no-brainer. I mean, smash a 1 in the live chat, lads and lasses. If you think United need to sign Tellez now, smash that 1 in there, because I bet you they're all 1s, because everyone knows we need him. We need some cover there. There's not many other options there at left back for us, so he was on the agenda. Brilliant. Need to get him. Thank you, Gungshi. He says 171 likes. Let's get it to 200, Bacon Brigade. Thank you very much. Yes, smash that like if you haven't done so. Look at all these 1s coming in. There's a couple of 2s. Anonymous votes 2. He thinks no, we shouldn't get Tellez. Archie votes 2. Thinks no, we shouldn't get Tellez. Why is that, guys? Out of interest. Why is that? I'm not saying get Tellez instead of Sancho. I'm just saying we should definitely be getting Tellez because we need a left-back option. We don't have the left-back option. Plus, if you actually think about what he is, he's an experienced 27-year-old player who's got great assist stats, very impressive stats over in Portugal, which is a good league as we've gone over. Look at Bruno came from there doing bits. So it is a good league. If his stats are like that, I'm sure he'll be able to translate some of that at least over to the Premier League and United. I like him. He's probably a better player than Sergio Reguilón right now anyway, just because he's more advanced, he's more experienced. Reguilón's younger and rawer and has more potential, but he's never going to be a permanent fixture or player for United anyway, unless we paid more money for him, of course. Never say never, because if we'd have paid the money, we could have done the deal with Real permanently. I'm convinced of that, but they do want him back ultimately in the long run. So yeah, I think we do need to absolutely get Tellez on this one, lads and lasses. Archie comments, we have to get anyone who'd come at this point. There you go, Archie. It's not just necessarily about who we want to get in an ideal world. In an ideal world, we want Ronaldo. In an ideal world, we want, you know, I don't know, Sergio Ramos or bloody whoever in an ideal world. This isn't an ideal world. This is a Glazers world, lads and lasses. And in a Glazers world, you have to understand that United are shackled, and we do need to be trying to get who we can in certain areas to a degree. And they are looking around for those bargain signings in these guys. Whether it's a Badiashile or an Upper Meccano or a Tellez, we just need to get these players through the door now. Time is running out for Solskjaer to actually get these players bedded in. It's the 17th now. We've got a game in 2 days against Crystal Palace. It's just bang out of order. It's bang out of order to expect Solskjaer to start the season with a squad that wasn't really capable of starting the season last year. Remember that. Remember last season. Remember how we were 14th or 15th in the league at one point. Remember how we were absolutely shit at the start of the season. Okay, we battered Chelsea, but after that, we were shite bags, lads and lasses, you know. So, and that was the start of last season. Probably, you know, it's different now. Solskjaer's definitely he's had a whole year to work with them, and they've improved to a point of a whole year, and we've got new players in since then too. So it's going to be better, I'd imagine, but still, you know, he needs help. He needs to start this season off with a banger. If United are going to have a good season, we can't be playing catch-up come Christmas time again. We can't be down there mid-table after a few weeks. No, we've got to start well. We have to start well. And if you're going to start well, you have to prepare, you have to plan, you have to get the players in. And we haven't done any of that business. We've just sat around, fanning around, talking about the potential signings that we'll get and seeing them go to other football clubs. Tiago's going to Liverpool now. Reguilón's going to Spurs. Bale's going to Spurs. Nathan Ake went to Manchester City. We're just fanning around, sitting around and missing out on players. That's all this football club's doing. They're trying to get Dortmund to move on their valuation of Sancho. They do seem to be looking at trying to get Sancho in still. Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me if it turned out they bloody deaded that, to be honest. But that's what they're trying to do. Hey, John Hinton. He says, thanks for asking. Are you okay? I hope you're good, John Hinton, as well, matey. One of the channel members, absolute legends. So yeah, I'll tell you what. Get your emoji in the live chat. Everybody that's watching, get an emoji in the live chat that best sums up the Glazers' ownership of this football club. Get an emoji in the live chat that sums up the Glazers' ownership of this football club. Devil of a Red says he's got withdrawal symptoms from the tea.
I was just saying you won't have my tea anymore.
No, I haven't had one of your teas for ages. Yeah, anyway. Kayam says Brozovic and Smalling swap deal thoughts. Look, we just need to get smalling out the football club. I would take somebody else coming in the opposite direction if they're a good player, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know too much about Brozovic, to be honest with you, but there you go. ZAR, great emoji, my friend. He's put a clown face in the emoji. Spot on emoji there, ZAR, spot on. Wiggy with a great one too. He's put a poo-poo emoji. I mean, that's very appropriate. Ranshi Farhan with the clown. Jim Joe Bobley with the angry face poo-poo emoji and the clown. Look at that. JP puts this guy. He puts this guy like, what the fuck? He puts that guy in there. Emma Chibi Ifenai puts the snail in there because they're slow, unbelievably, ridiculously piss-poor, slow pace of getting players in this window. Burham Lafarge puts an injured, bandaged head on there. Don't know what that's all about, but I think I do, actually. Primot's sick to the stomach. He's going angry like the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, you see, very, very fitting ones there. Kayam puts a potato. That's also very, very fitting, guys. Thank you for that. I was expecting clowns and poo emojis, to be honest with you, so I'm glad you guys didn't disappoint. That's a good one as well. Shanawaz Khan with the glazes with the money, dollar eyes. That's brilliant. Nick M says, depression and anxiety FC. Yes, sounds about right, Nick M. It is a complete undertaking following and supporting this football club. It really is. I mean, what a calamity. John Hinton says, can't seem to find a wankers emoji. Well, I'll just give him one of those anyway. Ed Woodward, that's a good one as well. Comments with the buffering emoji. Nice one, guys. Thank you very much. Hey, everybody, smash that thumbs up button. Shout out to Ben Wawaru, who's just subscribed. And if you are new to this channel, this is a United channel. We cover all the latest transfer news, all the latest Manchester United news, all the watch-alongs, reactions, all that good stuff for the game. So get involved. This is a Man United fan channel. It's been going since 2013. If you're new, smash that subscribe button and get involved and click that bell icon. So then, guys, let's get into the other transfer news that we've got to talk about there. No, it's not necessarily transfer news, but some more Manchester United news before we get on and get into your comment section. And I do really want to hear from all of you guys, so stick around. But look, Samuel Luckhurst has come out here with an article and said, Ed Woodward said it wouldn't be business as usual for United this summer. Only it has been. Mostly for the wrong reasons. Absolutely, Samuel Luckhurst. I mean, that's it. It is business as usual for the wrong reasons. Just simply United are doing the same old shit that we always have done. Dragging transfers out. Maybe we'll get Sancho one day. Maybe it'll be in January or next summer, or who the bloody hell knows. But we're still doing all the usual business of dragging this out. Sam Pilger commented and said, MUFC had a fleeting interest in Tiago, but were never serious about it, with concerns over his wage demands and a preference to prioritise other targets they are still pursuing now. Sounds about bloody right. But again, I just want to reiterate my frustration at the club and their lack of transfers, but also the Tiago deal. If he wants to play for Liverpool, if he's only coming to United for money, for extra money, then I don't want him anyway. So to be honest, I mean, yeah, it's nice to compete and it's nice to be wanted by these teams, but we're not wanted at the moment because we can't compete at the moment. So that's the facts. Fabrizio Romano's also come out this afternoon and commented and said that Bayern Munich have now opened talks with Ajax for Sergino Dest. Hansi Flick wants him as also Ronald Koeman at Barcelona. Already contacted his agents, but need to sell players. Semedo before signing new ones, same as Depay deal. So it's like Bayern are getting their business done. They won the bloody Champions League. They got a way better squad than us. They're getting some business done. I mean, I don't know what that means in terms of any of the other players. I think he's a right back, isn't he? So, they're just doing some business there. It's interesting. Tayden Mengi has been promoted to the United first team squad indefinitely. Get in there, my son. We said that should have been the case a long time ago anyway, that he was a good young talent and we want to see more of him. I think Solskjaer should really promote 2 players a year to the first team proper and give them good games as well, not waste the appearances on players like Andreas Pereira or Phil Jones or any of these guys. No, give Mengi the chance. When there's a game that needs another player to come in there, give Mengi the chance. Absolutely, that's what should happen. We did it last year, Brando and Greenwood coming in. Let's do it this year. Mengi or Ghana or whoever, let's do it this year. So I hope that is the case. I hope he does get a bunch of games. That is good news. Tayden Mengi is going to be a good player for us in the future. I really do think that. He's 18 as well. Let's just have a look at some more information about him, actually. So, but overall with that one, you've got to be happy with that one. He commented, so this is what Solskjaer had to say. Let's have a look here. Solskjaer last week likened him to Matthias de Ligt at the same age. He said, we always had that in the back of our minds that our academy will provide players, and Tayden has definitely impressed me. It's different trusting defenders on the big stage, of course it is. One thing I would just like to say about the whole youth recruitment and the way that the setup is run there, I think that they are doing that the right way now. So I'm not going to criticise the Glazers on planting the seeds for the future, but that is, again, that's the bargain route, that's the long haul. That's what you do when you're looking for 5-6 years in success, which is fine, but you can also get the success sooner in the first team if you also make the right acquisitions. Look at Liverpool again. So yes, so that's fine, and I like that we've signed a bunch of really good young talented players this window when we are promoting players and stuff like that, but we still need to do a bit more in the window. But anyway, Solskjaer wanted to say you've got to make sure he's ready for it. If you see examples of Ajax who play in a different league, but Matthias de Ligt, they made him captain when he was 18, you can see something special in him. He said Tayden's got something special in him. It's about picking the right moment to give him a chance. Mengi also told the MEN last week, for me, I'm not looking too far ahead. Same old me. I'm just looking to work as hard as I can. If it happens, it happens. It's down to me to keep working hard. And if the opportunity comes, then I need to take it. So he sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders here, lads and lasses, and he's a good young player. So that is some positive news for you. It's not massive news, but just a little positive news for you there. So yes, we promoted Ted and Mengi to the first team. Also, just in regards to injuries and stuff, there will be a preview coming for the Crystal Palace game, so we'll get into stuff like this a little bit more. But in terms of injuries, Paul Pogba, of course, is recovering from the coronavirus. He's still a doubt, though. He's got to build his fitness back up after testing positive for COVID, of course. So he's still a doubt for this game against Crystal Palace, so you might see Van der Beek and Matic or something like that in the centre of the park, which is interesting. But we'll get into that more in the actual preview of the show. Also, in terms of other other players that are injured, Twanzebe. I think Twanzebe's out injured a little bit, actually, in terms just coming back into the side. Let's see. Yes, Twanzebe, he's the only player to have been officially ruled out of the match against Crystal Palace, with Solskjaer admitting it will be a few weeks before he's back in contention. So this gives an opportunity for Solskjaer, maybe, if he's got the bottle and the cojones, maybe, to give Mengi a chance, or I don't know what he's going to do here. He'll probably just stick with bloody Dwindloff and Maguire. In all honesty, he'll stick with Dwindloff and Maguire at this moment in time because it's a big game against Crystal Palace. That's the tried and tested method. It's tried, it's tested and proven to be shit. But it's tried and tested for Solskjaer. We haven't got a better option at the moment, I guess, unless you are going to stick in a young lad, or Bailly maybe, I guess, is another option, actually, Eric Bailly. But yes, also Mason Greenwood, training alone, isn't he, because of the COVID-19 protocols of being a top shagger. When he was on an international duty with Iceland, obviously he returned and all that stuff. He could be fit to play against Palace, but I don't really know if he's gonna play in that game at this stage because of what's gone on. But hopefully, I mean, we need him, don't we? It's not like we've signed Jadon Sancho or anybody else that can come in and play right wing for us. We've got Rashford on the left, we've got Martial up top, we've got Greenwood right wing. If anybody's not fit out of those three, then we're fooked, lads and lasses. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, subscribe to the channel. Matt Rush, by the way, shout out to Matt Rush. Everybody stick a love heart emoji in the live chat for Matt Rush and all the moderators. They do a fantastic job on this channel, keeping this community nice and popping and friendly and all that. So shout out to all the moderators, and Matty Rush might appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel, like he says. If you are new to this channel, if this is the first time you've seen this channel, smash that subscribe button, lads and lasses. Click the subscribe and click the bell icon as well to be notified when we post and we go live, you bunch of heroes. So shout out to you all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, but yeah, subscribe if you're new. And also, please do smash that thumbs up button. That will help us out and help us compete with some of the bigger channels, the corporations of this world, and some of the melters. So please do smash that like button if you haven't done so already. That would be sick. Shazad Ahmad says, United need new owners. Absolutely. Right, okay then, guys, I'm going to step into your comments section now, everyone. So shout out to you all for getting in here. Get your thoughts in now. I will respond to you now. We'll stick around. Well, how long have we... Bloody hell, we've been going over an hour now anyway. But I will definitely get involved with you legends in the live chat now. So get your thoughts and opinions in.
Absalom Williams is trying to say hi.
Absalom Williams has tried to say hi to me, the missus said. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. I've obviously been rambling and ranting for the last bloody hour. So it's impossible. Sorry? Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, I was trying to get you to be quiet so I could concentrate on what I was talking about, love. There's no bad thing about that. Yeah, no, I didn't actually. I said sit in the other room until a bit later in the vid when I'm ready to take questions because I want to just talk. But that's fine. Let's not make it about us. We're doing this video here. Matt Rush says top legends. Thank you very much there, Matt Rush. Appreciate it, matey. Ain Evans in here with the thumbs up. Adebayo Fawaz with the piggy emojis. Appreciate that, Adebayo Fawaz. And also, yeah, just appreciate it. We're sorry if I've missed your comments throughout the show. I'll get into them now. Steve Morrison says, I hope Massimo Salino takes over Man United. Then they'll know real ownership issues. Fair play to you, my friend. Look, you know, I'm not saying the Glazers are absolutely the worst owners. They have spent money over the years. They just haven't spent it for us well. You can argue that's not the Glazers' fault. That's more Woody's fault and our recruitment's fault and our manager's faults over the years. You can argue. So, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, but there's still definitely worse owners. I think Mike Ashley's obviously a worse owner than the Glazers. There's definitely worse shit owners out there, but we shouldn't be accepting of that at all. Jawad Habib comments, can't help but feel like Ollie's been hung out to dry by the board. We should all make sure the board's failures don't damage our relationship with Ollie. I 100% agree with that, Jawad. Ollie Solskjaer should not be to blame if United don't perform to the level that we hope this season. It just shouldn't be. Seriously comments, hi Pig, if our board had got rid of Deadwood at the start of the window, they wouldn't have to write the full check for Sancho. They're effing inept. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's so true. Seriously, absolutely. We're unable to get rid of these melters earlier on in the window, and you know, you're so right. Seriously, if you could get some money back for players like, we even understood Lille had a bid for Dallo. There might have been a deal to be done there. You know, Roma interested in Smalling, Inter as well. There's some players that can be sold to generate the cash for Sancho. I agree with you. Getting rid of 4 or 5 Deadwood players, Andreas Pereira off the books, Dallo, Rojo, Smalling, Jones, Lingard, Pereira. Getting rid of these guys would go quite a far way to financing the Jadon Sancho deal and some other signings as well. Okay, the initial offer of 120 mil, it's only going to chip away at that, really. You're not going to get a lot of money for any of these players, maybe 40 million, all of those players 40, 50, 60 million, all of these players we've talked about if they all went. But actually, you're getting a lot of money off of the books. You're getting 130k for Jones, 100-odd-k a week for Lingard, you know, off the books, which is Jadon Sancho's wages in 2 or 3 of those shit players. So in terms of financing that deal, it should be easy to finance that deal. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, I sent over a super chat. Thank you, Matty the Rushmeister. What a great support of the show. He says, amazing community. Love United forever. Thank you so much for that, Matt Rush. Absolutely. This is a brilliant community. Shout out to this community of people that watches this. And shout out to you, Matt Rush, for being a big part of it too. Bunch of legends. Absalom Williams, thank you for commenting. He says, hello, Pig. Renton, mate. Ronton, mate. I know you are full, lad. These owners will give us heart attack. Yes, Absalom Williams, just spot on there, mate. They're stressing and depressing these owners for sure. Like, what a disgraceful set of owners we've got. Thank you, Abby Dixon. That's very kind of you to say. She says, I'm new to your channel, but you are energetic. I am pretty energetic. I just like to, I just turn the camera on and I go. This is how I am. I'm a bit of a loud person, but you're either going to like that or you're not. I'm glad that you didn't say you liked it. You just simply stated the fact you're energetic. But I hope you do like it. If you do enjoy this show, though, please do subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Bruno Kovacevic comments, I love United forever, but we are horrible. I mean, the team's great. I love the team. I love the manager. I love what we're trying to do. I love the signing Solskjaer's made. But I don't love the leadership, the ownership of the club from the top. I don't love the hierarchy. I don't love the Glazers owning this club and siphoning money out of it. That is what I don't love. And it's kind of completely counterproductive to say that you love the club when we are run the way we are. But we do love the club. We do love the club. We do want to see the club succeed. We do want to get the Solskjaer, the right players he needs to have success at United. And I want to see all this set of players that I've grown to love progress and turn into one of the best teams in the world. I would love to see that, but we need some help from our owners. We need some help, and it's not just about them buying players either. It's also about the overall investment and the other aspects behind the club, the commercialised whoring of this football club out, also the fact that they're servicing this debt that's still not paid off, by the way, guys, which is just wrong when you see how much Manchester United generates every single year. It's just wrong. Gungshi, you're a legend, mate. Saw a chocolate and care and thought of the missus. Fair play to you.
You're a legend, Gungshi. Hey, Paul van der Beek.
Hey, Paul van der Beek, what's going on? Devil of a Red says that's why they will never sell Rajon. Do you mean Rojo? I don't know, but oh, you mean that's why we'll never sell the players? Oh, because they're on big money. Yeah, that's the thing. People like Lingard, who's realistically going to take Jesse Lingard for any sort of deal when he's on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and he doesn't justify that? Who's going to take Andreas Pereira when he's on what? I don't even know what he's on, actually, 60, 80k a week, when really he's probably a championship standard player. Who's going to take Phil Jones on 130 grand a week and pay him to collect those Lamborghinis like they're going out of fashion? Not many people other than us mugs, to be perfectly honest with you, because he's not a good player. So yeah, it's difficult to get these guys out. Captain Trinidad says, what's up, Piggy from Trinidad? Shout out to Trinidad. Shout out to Dwight York, one of the legendary players to play for United as well. He says, where you reckon you guys will finish in the table this season? Right. I personally think we are going to finish. I don't want to. Third or fourth, guys. Third or fourth. We're still a good team. We still finished third last year. I'm using that as a basis. Third or fourth. A couple of weeks ago, I said third, because I truly thought we were going to get some players in. I thought we were going to get Reguilon in. I thought we were going to get maybe Upamecano, or possibly, because that makes sense to get these players in. But having seen the window we've had, I can't really, I'm thinking fourth is more realistic now. Chelsea were just behind us, and they spent 200 million on 7 players or whatnot. I mean, we can't expect really to just be able to do what we did last season. I don't think anyway. T as in tsunami comments, I think you guys are slowly building a successful squad. Football is at its best when Liverpool United are on top form. Good shout, mate. I mean, you're right. With the type of players we're signing are the right signings. Solskjaer's also bringing in these players through the good ones through the youth academy, and we're playing well, and we're bringing them on well too. So for the future, we are building for the future. I agree with that. All the signings Solskjaer's made have been different signings to that of the previous managers. The previous managers were allowed to go out there and they were allowed to spend massive money, be it on Alexis Sanchez or Zlatan Ibrahimovic or whoever it was, to get these players in. They're allowed to go and spend big money on big name players, even players towards the twilight end of their career. Whereas Solskjaer's doing things differently. Maybe that's down to him. Maybe that's down to him wanting a different ethos and philosophy of United's recruitment, and I think that's right, because you do have to do things correctly and build for the future and not just get prima donnas, mercenaries in there. You don't want to do that. If the right player becomes available, though, who is experienced and a big name, we should get him, but it's got to be the right character. I get that. So Solskjaer's signings so far have all been based on character, they've been based on age, and they've been based on potential quality. So they've been based on all those things, and of course price to a degree, but they did spend a lot for Maguire and these players, and Wan-Bissaka was 50 mil, Bruno same sort of thing, so they spent a lot of money. They're just the right type of players now. So I commend Ollie. I praise Ollie for the type of recruitment that he's overseen whilst at United. And I'm sure he's got a big part of it as well. Of course, he will let everybody know the type of players he wants to see. He would have highlighted certain players. We'll have the scouting network doing that as well. Of course, there'll be situations where we've come to Ollie and we said, right, this guy's the tits. We might be available. What do you reckon? Of course, there's that. It's not just Ollie always picking these players and signing them, but he's going to have a large influence on that. So when you look at the players that we have signed, like Wan-Bissaka, what a signing that is, by the way. He's going to be one of the best right-backs in the world for a decade. So we're sorted in that area. Maguire, I'm hoping, is going to be sorted in that area for the next 5 years. He needs a good dance partner, though, to do the business for us properly. Bruno's going to be doing the business for us for 5, 6, 7 years. So we have made the right signings in the right areas and done some good stuff. But we still haven't done enough of them, and we haven't backed Ollie enough in this window. That's what it's about for me. We secured Champions League football last year. Ollie exceeded expectations in every single department, if you ask me. And now is the time to back him. But we haven't backed him yet. So I don't really, there's nothing really to say other than we've done a shit job this window. As an actor, I'll get into that in my Crystal Palace preview video. So make sure you tune in for the Crystal Palace preview video. I'm not sure when it's going to be, actually. It probably is going to be tonight. But it also may be tomorrow. The game's on Saturday, of course. So we'll do a preview video for the Crystal Palace game. Devil of Reds is not really abnormal. One of our midfield is okay. I think our midfield is the best area we've got now, in terms of depth anyway. Because we've got like 5 or 6 really good options in the midfield there, whether it's McTominay and Fred, Matic and Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek, these guys. We've got a lot of options there, so I'm not too worried about the midfield. That's not a problem area for us now. The problem area really is centre-back, right wing, left-back. And CDM as well. I still think we could do with a boss CDM, a good young CDM, somebody who's athletic and destructive, who can take over that mantle from Matic. As Matic is old now, he's 32, he's getting older. I know he signed a new contract, but he's not going to be here for that much longer. We need to start making strides and planning in that area. Seb Fox comments Liverpool, City and Chelsea 1, 2, 3. United, Arsenal and Wolves fighting for 4th. And maybe to a lesser extent Everton and Spurs to throw their names in the hat too. Fair enough, I can understand that. I can understand that. And a couple of weeks ago, if we'd have got the players, I would still think 3rd is the most realistic for United. I don't think we're able to close that gap with Liverpool and City overnight, even if we do get the players through the door. So realistically, I would have said 3rd, but I'm starting to waver a little bit now. I'm starting to think 3rd, 4th. I'm starting to think, along your lines, mate. And that is depressing. Bruno comments, Kane is a hell of a player. That he is, my friend. He is a great player. I would love to see Kane, but that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. Spurs are never going to sell us their star player. No way. It's just not going to happen, guys. Like Son Heung-min, I'd love to see him at United. That's never going to happen. Haley Dyers comments, oh my God, I hate Woodward's plan. I hate his face. Everybody stick a potato emoji in the live chat for Eddie Woody Woodward, because that's what his bloody head's like. Not only does it look like one, say that again. Not only does it look like a potato, but it's probably got the same sort of matter inside it as well. That's what I think. It's got the same stuff going on inside. That's what I think. Yeah, shout out. Man United Football says, turn off the tap and stop funding the Glazers' pockets. We're big Man United fans, not bank fans. Good shout there, Man United Football. There you go. I haven't bought any merchandise for bloody ages to do with the football club. And it's not, it's not because I don't love the club and I don't want them to have the money to spend. It's because I don't want the Glazers siphoning out the football club. And I don't trust them to oversee reinvesting that money back into the club properly. And we're just lining their pockets regardless. And I've told you, and I said it again, as soon as we do get a big signing, which we probably will, because this is going to boil over soon and the fans are going to make it just intolerable for the Glazers and these twats. As soon as that does happen, then I've got, I think it's fair to say that, we've got a good chance of most of the fans just forgetting about this Glazers nonsense again. As soon as the Glazers sign Sancho and he's got a shirt released, number 7, Sancho, every bastard's going to go out there and buy that bloody 1970s bus seat cover looking shirt with Sancho on the back, aren't they? Of course they are, because everyone's a bloody sheep, my friends. And I can understand it to one degree. You want to show support. You're happy that we've signed Sancho, but it doesn't help the problem, I don't think. It might not hinder the problem that much either in the grand scale of things, though. But it still is just blatantly blind support of the Glazers regime. That's what it is, just because they've bought you a player. No, we should make it intolerable for them, so they want to sell the club to somebody that will have a better vision for this football club. That's how I think the fan base should be operating anyway. Malps comments, King Edward Potato Head. That he is. He is the King Edward Potato. He's the king of the potato people, Malps. Mr. JG84 says, Lingard and Phil Jones are trash. Absolutely, Mr. JG84. They're completely gash. Rad John with the potato emoji. Illy United with the poo-poo emojis for Eddie Woodward. By the way, guys, we smashed over 200 likes. Like, that is awesome. Thank you to everybody that's got involved with this vid today and who's liked the video. If you're just getting in here, please do smash that thumbs up on the video. That will help us out a bunch. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, subscribe if you're new. Collins Echiri comments, if at the end of this season we are not in the top 4, will you put the blame on Ollie? No, Collins, I won't actually. Look, we'll have to see how the season pans out. If we're 10th, if he's underachieving, then yes. But what is underachieving for Man United with this current squad? 4th, 5th, 6th? What is underachieving? 7th? Or is 4th what is just about expected to be achieved by United? I think it probably is. I think United shouldn't be finishing out the top 4 with this current squad. Excuse me, with this current squad, I don't think we should be finishing outside the top 4. So if he finished 5th or 6th, I'd have to say, yeah, he's probably underachieved. But if he finishes 4th, then... And actually, it's not really his fault if he finishes 5th, because we haven't had the necessary backing or progress made in this window. So we'll see. It all depends. It's not just about the finishing position to me. It's about the progression. It's about the puzzle pieces. If Solskjaer adds the right players in terms of the youth players and stuff like that and develops players like he has done last year, we're looking for the future. The ultimate goal of getting this United into a winning machine again. So it's not going to happen overnight. I'm aware of that. And look, it's also about the style, how we're going about it, how we're progressing as a team. It's about his in-game management, everything. How you can't just say that. We've got to judge the whole season after it's happened, and of course what his performance over that season would be. There could be major injury problems. Imagine if Bruno Fernandes gets a cruciate ligament injury at the start of the year, and we've got no Bruno at the year. It's not really going to be Solskjaer's fault that we don't necessarily have the depth or the another player of that ability to come in and deal with it. So there's so many different varying factors that could contribute to us finishing 3rd or 2nd or 5th. There's so many different contributing factors. So I will reserve my right to Solskjaer's performance come the end of the year, or at least as the season is progressing. But like I do say, it's primarily, he's the manager, but he needs help. He needs to be backed in this window. He needs help. So I feel for Solskjaer. I really, really do. Joseph Chinzar comments, whatever bad we are, we will still slaughter Arsenal. Facts. Good shout there, Joseph, mate. That is a very good comment you bring up there. Yeah, you're probably right. We're still better than those Arsenal meltbacks. Dude, I'm sweating my tits off here. What's going on with this Danny Zook? Why didn't you tell me I had this piece of hair hanging down there, Nicola? Oh, Nicola, yeah, but, you've got me sat here looking like a tit. And then you didn't even tell me about it.
You look lovely, and your clean-shaven beard looks very nice.
Oh, thank you. Clean-shaven beard. That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? She just said your clean-shaven beard looks good. Okay, that's fine. You've been at work. No worries. Everybody stick that love heart in the live chat for Mrs. P who's been at work. The cake emoji. Stick the cake. You like the cake emoji the most, don't you? She loves the cake emoji. So smash the cake emoji in there, lads and lasses. Right, I'll answer a bunch more of your questions, guys. I don't want to stick around too long and bore you today, but, I'll stick around another 5-10 minutes or something like that. And then, oh, nice one, Neil Duffin. Great to see you. How are you today? Tuck says, if we finish 4th or 5th and only sat 6 points behind the winners, it's improvement. That's such a good point as well, Tuck. That's probably the biggest key point. It's also about how close the league is. Like, if Liverpool finished 30-odd points ahead of us again, that's gash. That's no progress. But if they finished, like you say, 6 points ahead, but it happens to be really close, that's another situation where you have to understand it can have a bearing on the management job. Kayam says, Ed Potato Wood. The potato head, absolutely. Tia's in Tsunami comments, what do you think about possibly adding Bale instead of Sancho? Oh my god.
Thanks for all the cake emojis, legend.
No worries to a Tsunami. Sorry, I'm not, I've gone over this a lot. Obviously, you're not aware of that, but I would take him as a 5th or 6th shot option, which is great. But, on a season-long loan, that would be great. But he's going to Spurs now anyway. It's pretty much a done deal, that one. He's going back to Spurs, so there's no point even talking about it. But I would have taken him if we couldn't get Sancho, if we couldn't get David Neres, if we couldn't get Adama Traore, if we couldn't get Kingsley Coman, if we couldn't get Ousmane Dembele. If we couldn't get any of these other options, then yeah, I would have taken Bale on loan. But only then. He's not my favourite option because of his injury issues and the fact he's a bit of a golfing-loving prima donna in my eyes. And I don't think he'd be coming for the right reasons as well. But that's the only reason why he'd be down the list for me. But I would have taken him, don't get me wrong. He's a great player. I would have taken him, and on a loan, there's not much risk. So Spurs have done some good business there. You have to say, Spurs getting Reguilon on a short-term deal, and Bale, they've got themselves a couple of good players there. And we could rue the day that we didn't do that deal for Reguilon, and we could rue the stubbornness of our board. I know a lot of fans think that was the right thing to do, not get him, because we'd have to give him back in 2 years. But like I say, it's a glorified loan. Spurs could get themselves a really great player for 2 seasons. If we see Reguilon do the business for Spurs and look like a quality player for the next 2 years, and then he goes back to Real Madrid, but in the 2 years he's really helped Spurs, we'll be pissed off we didn't get him. Unless we go and get Alex Tellez, of course, which is being talked about. We're readying a bid. We are preparing a bid. We're readying a bid for Alex Tellez. So that's being talked about, but, don't get carried away and don't get your hopes up, guys. Look at this window so far. We talked about the possibility of Reguilon coming to the club. I thought that was going to be realistic because he seemed like he was bang up for playing for United, and it didn't even fathom in my mind that we wouldn't get the deal agreed with Real. I just assumed we would do it, whether that was paying a lot more money to get him permanently or getting him on a couple of years deal there. I would have thought we would have got him, but we missed out on him. Tiago, I never really thought we were getting Tiago. I honestly thought he was always going to Liverpool, and I said as much. I thought he was using United to get that leverage to get the deal for Liverpool, so I'm not too concerned and bothered about that one. But there's just certain players we're missing out on. Nathan Ake, I think Nathan Ake, okay, you can say he played for Bournemouth and they got relegated, but he was always quite good, I thought. And I think as a left-sided centre-back who's 24, who's Dutch, who links up with Van der Beek and knows him from an international level, and who actually was attainable for Man United. He was coming from relegated Bournemouth. Man City swooped in and got him. We missed out there. So it's just like we had these targets that could have improved our side markedly in a bunch of areas, and we've lost out. We've lost out to other teams at this stage. Will we get some players that we want in this window? It remains to be seen, it really. But I think we should have had Ake at the start of the season. We should have had Reguilon on a couple of seasons, not on loan, but a buyback clause. It doesn't really matter about developing another player for somebody else if he's doing the business for you now and giving you the depth now, it's a stopgap until you get somebody else in that position. Tellez is a stopgap too, really. I don't think he's going to be coming in necessarily and being the stalwart player for the next 5 years. I think he's a stopgap too. So it's all about that until you get the next generation, until you find your Alphonso Davies or whatever, or your Greenwood or whatever. Until you find that player, it's a stopgap. So just poor football club management, really, running from the top down. The Normal One comments, fantastic day, started at 10 a.m. this morning. Nice one, the Normal One, mate. Great that you're having a good day. I hope that everybody else is having a good day as well. Thank you very much for everyone who stops by and watches this stream. Over 400 of you watching right now. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade and all the United fans around the world who must be sharing in my frustration right now. If you're just getting in here and you haven't watched the rest of it, go back and watch the start of the vid later, because I definitely got some things off of my chest and I'm sure a lot of you guys agree with it. But yeah, please do smash that thumbs up button as well if you haven't done so. Let's see if we can get, what are we on now? We're almost at 250, so let's see if we can get 250 likes on the vidlands, and that's you bunch of legends. Devil of a Red says, what's going on here? And are we now a Liverpool channel? Scouse is exchanging chat on here. And we're definitely not a Liverpool channel, Devil of a Red, my friend. I mean, of course, this deal is to do with Tiago and Liverpool, so I knew there'd be a few Scousers coming in and out the woodwork. Ryan Kirkpatrick, though, is a top lad, to be fair. I'm going to give him that. He may be a Scouser, but he's one of these people that are actually sound. And he says, to be fair, I've been watching Pig since his classic Moyes runs. He has. He's a proper subscriber. He's been involved. And he is a Liverpool player, a Liverpool fan. And usually, being sound and being a Liverpool fan doesn't necessarily go hand in hand. But in his case, it does. I've said it before. I've said it again. There's great fans of clubs all over the world for every single club. There's also twats from every single club as well, including Man United. There's absolute twats that support this football club and sensationalise every bit of negativity at this football club and talk about Ollie out when he's doing bits and all this shit that they talk about and all this nonsense. There's twats of every single football club, to be honest with you guys. And Liverpool fans, they've certainly got theirs, but they've also got a bunch of sound people too. That's just how life works. I still think the majority of humans on this earth are sound. Anyway, God, look at this bloody state of this hair. What's going on? What? I've got a stupid curl, man. Oh, it's gone now. Abuna Gay comments, no, Woodward is the problem. Manchester United, no, absolutely. Woodward is a massive problem at this football club, bro. Ryan Kirkpatrick says, legend Pig. Yeah, you're spot on there, Ryan. You are a sound lad, mate. Even if you are a Scouser, I can't. You've had 30 years of hurt at the end of the day, mate. So, you were bound to win it sooner or later. I mean, if Leicester and Blackburn are winning it, good luck to you, mate. But we'll be back. We'll be back. Enjoy it while it lasts, Ryan. Raf22 comments, Pig, I am sad we won't ever get good again. We will, Raf, we will. I said this before. This squad that we've got now and the young players that we've got at this squad are good enough in 5 years' time without signing anybody to challenge for the title. I truly believe that. We've got a special crop of players who are the right age, who are all getting better. If we stick with Solskjaer and we add to it correctly, we will get there. But what we can do is speed up that process. We can hasten up that process by signing the right quality players now to plug the holes in the team that are not quality enough right now, such as Victor Lindelof at centre-back, such as a top-quality CDM to take over from Matic, such as a left-back to come in for Luke Shaw when he's injured or give him competition and give Solskjaer options. So absolutely, we can... Absolutely, we can do that. I think we'll get good again, even if we don't sign any players, because these young players like Mason, like Martial, like Rashford, Bruno, Wan-Bissaka, Mengi, Brandon Williams. There's so many good young players at this club that I think in 5 years' time, they're all going to be great players anyway, regardless, because they're just going to have developed and got that experience and physicality and everything. And they will be there. It's like that Germany team. You remember the Germany team? They had a really young crop of players and they were sort of quite disappointing for a while. And then they all just flourished. And next thing you know, they're winning World Cups and shit like that. And they've just got the Schweinsteigers and the Klosers and whoever. And they're all just great all of a sudden. That's what it's going to be like with United, with this crop of players that we've got. They're all good young players. And then they're just going to get amazing. And it's going to happen, in a few years' time. But we're away from that, guys. We're away from that moment in time. We need to get players in now to hasten up that process. Those players are still going to develop and improve and get great. We might as well be greater to begin with earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah, Boo Reader says, Google Chelsea squad, they're all young. The players they bought are young. Exactly. I agree exactly with that. They're also all going to improve and be great players for the future as well. It's the same deal with Chelsea. They've got a very young team. Peter Higley, Kayam disagrees because the subs rule is now 3 subs, so we'll have a good bench. David Kind says, if we sign Sancho, shave off your hair, Pig. I thought about it, but, you know, it's looking a bit shit these days.
I was just saying I love your long hair.
I think I am going to shave it off, mate. Just got little bits of crap poking out everywhere. It looks gash. What's this little... I've got a mullet at the back now. It's come out. I've tied it at the back and it's come out, and now I'm mullet, man. What the hell? I look like a tit. I look like Beckham when he played for Real Madrid or something, but not facially.
I'd much prefer you to be.
All right, yeah, okay, yeah. Much prefer me to David Beckham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like David Beckham.
Okay. Well, I do. Adam says... I'm joking. I'm joking. Adam says, nice classic United shirt. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, back when United was good. Back when United had actual good leadership at the top. Gungshi comments, Chelsea, Wolves, Everton, Leicester, Arsenal and Spurs will all be competition for the top 4, Pig. We need to strengthen our team, add depth. 100% Gungshi. Like, you're so right. All of those teams you mentioned there are improving. Although those teams were probably, you know, they're expected to do better than last year. All of them. In one way, whether it's progression in the club, not necessarily in terms of finishing position, but progression. Paul Vanderbeek says you got a good one in Mr. P, Mrs. P. There you see.
Yeah.
I'm a ledge.
You're a legend, you know.
I know.
Yeah, he's a legend.
R Kings comments, bald Beckham is better looking. There you go, more masculine perhaps, more like rugged. Yeah, more rugged when he was bald, for sure. You know, some people like pretty boys and stuff. He was more pretty boy when he had those curtains and all that,
like that.
you know.
No.
But certainly more rugged. Asan Akhtar says, I have a bald head. Yeah, I used to do the old grade 1 all over, to be fair, mate. I'm into that. But I just let it go over lockdown and stuff, and this is the result. Well, and longer than that before. I was sort of had that douchebag sort of whatever you want to call it haircut for a while as well. Gungshi's comment. I wouldn't go that far, Gungshi. No, Peter Higley, how are you today, mate? I'm pretty good, Peter. Appreciate it. Sorry, I was just still thinking about Gungshi's comment there. Nick M says, Mendy to Chelsea confirmed. United still waiting on that noodle sponsor. Oh my God. Yeah, we're extending. Manchester United would like to... Breaking news, we'd like to announce the extension of the contract with Nissin Noodles. Abuna Gay comments, Ahmad Traore is good, Manchester United. Yeah, but we talked about this yesterday. There was a video yesterday with Ahmad Traore talking about him because United are linked with a move for him. He's an 18-year-old player at Atalanta. He's only played 3 times for them, but a very young player. I think he was the youngest goal scorer either in Serie A or certainly for Atalanta's history at just over 18 years of age when he came on and he scored against Udinese in a 7-1 win. So he's a good young player, but he's not a ready-made Sancho backup or replacement right now. He may be good, and I think he is going to be good, that guy. From what I've seen at 18, he looks good. He looks to have the skills to pay the bills. But, crikey, I mean, come on, that's a bit of a leave to the imagination, isn't it? It's a bit of a hopeful one, that. So if that's the only right winger we get in this window, that's not good enough, guys. That's not good enough. No way. We need to get Sancho in too. That's one more for the future. I think he might be coming in anyway. That's one for the future. Yatesa Gaming YouTube comments, opinion on Tiago going to FCR? FCR? Do you mean FCB, Barcelona? It looks like he's going to Liverpool. I mean, all the reputable sources are reporting that he's going to Liverpool. It seems like the deal is done. I mean, I would love it if Barca popped in last moment and stole Tiago from Liverpool. That'd be amazing. I'd truly love that. That would be like the best thing that could happen, really. Because I think Liverpool are getting themselves a great player in Tiago, which is really piss poor. So, yeah, that would be the fantastic thing to happen. But I haven't heard about that. I think the deal is pretty much done with Liverpool. Thank you very much, Matt the Rushmeister, for sending this in as well, just to give you more update on that. He says, exclusive CEO of FC Bayern, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, confirmed the transfer of Tiago to Liverpool Football Club. We reached an agreement with Liverpool this morning. It was the great wish of Tiago. So there you go. It looks like Tiago's going to Liverpool, guys. Piss poor it is. You know, if you want to hear my true thoughts on the opinions on it, then go and have a look at the start of this video, because you know, I'll give you my thoughts on the Tiago to Liverpool thing. I don't want to get into it too much now because I've already gone over it. But yeah, let's get into the comments though, guys. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. There's a bunch of you in here, so thanks for watching. But yeah, I'll answer a few more questions, then we'll have to wrap it up. But do us a favour if you haven't done so, smash the thumbs up on it and get your voice heard in the comments. Money Khan, that's your opinion, mate. To be honest, you're probably a trash human being yourself, mate, so do one. Gungshi says the same. Yasa Gaming says, YT, I'm a Liverpool fan and really happy about Tiago. He was the best CM in the Champions League last season. There you go. I agree with you, Yates. He was. He was one of the most influential throughout the season for Bayern, obviously, as part of their big, season that they had, winning the Champions League and the Bundes and doing the treble. So, of course, he was one of their key players. The Saint, what's crack-a-lack-a-lack in the Saint, getting those piggy emojis in there, thank you.
He might have been talking about my boys.
Oh, maybe. Tron comments Tiago. The normal one says world-class players wishing to go to Liverpool. United is finished. I mean, I know what you're saying, but you have to remember that Liverpool are the team that is playing the most exciting football, pretty much around at the moment. Okay, your Bayerns of this world, but Liverpool, they won the Champions League last year. They won the league this year, ridiculously, really. Didn't even drop any games until they lost that 3-0 against Watford way into the season. So, it is an attractive proposition for players to go to right now. It's a more attractive proposition for someone who's not a United fan to go and play for Liverpool under Klopp right now and challenge for things and win trophies potentially than it is to get involved in this transitional rebuilding project at United. And yeah, it would be great if we got the right players in and Solskjaer had us challenging overnight, but really it is a project at United. Really it is a project. Hunar comments, Pig, even if we get Sancho, it's not good enough. United fans need to get the Glazers out. Fully agree with that one. Shout out to Ellie, by the way, getting in here. Great to see you, Ellie. I hope you're feeling better today. United family's getting in here. She says, Carl today. Hi, Carl. How's things? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Stressed out, mate. Stressed out. I'm just wrapping this video up anyway, but I'm bloody stressed out with this shite window that we're having. Ring Laura 2 comments, Liverpool have been the better team for a few years now. You're right about that one, Ring Laura. But it's wrong. It feels wrong to say, but you are right. You are. I mean, we haven't even challenged for anything for 7 years for the title. Really, okay, there was that Jose season where we finished miles behind shitty, but nah, we haven't challenged. You're so right. Liverpool have been the better team for a few years, and it's just wrong. United shouldn't accept that. We shouldn't accept that gap. We should absolutely be swashbuckling and trading blows with Liverpool season to season, not challenging for top 4 places. It's wrong. Ashmit Shrivastava comments, what's your opinion about Tellez? Get him in. Just get him now. I don't even care about my opinion about Tellez. We need him. We need some players. We need a left-back option. So get him in now. We got done for Reguilon. He's going to Spurs. So, look, just get him in. As simple as that. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, Gungshi sent a PayPal. Sorry if I missed that, Gungers. What a legend, Gungshi sending another one over. You nutter. He comments, Pig, cheeky donation. In case I miss your show later on, treat yourself and Mrs. Peterson tasty baked goods. Love from Gungshi. Gungshi. You're a top lad, Gungshi. Thank you, mate. We're going to get a takeaway with that probably tonight now. So not necessarily baked good, but other food goods. Lasagna? Who gives a takeaway lasagna around here? Me. Where from? Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll have a look into that. I do love a bit of lasagna. I'm like Garfield with that lasagna shit. I love it. I love it.
Little one.
Eddie Benson. Hello, Eddie Benson. He says the gap's grown today. Pfft. Shocking, isn't it, Eddie, mate? I agree. The gap has grown in this window. Whether it's Chelsea or other teams, I still hope United are going to do well, but we need to get some players in. Professor Love for me says United's window. Oh, it's shocking. Adam Simon says we only spend when we don't qualify for the Champions League. When we do qualify, Glazers just want to keep the Champions League money. Spot on, Adam. Absolutely, exactly what I said at the start of this the video. You're so right. They just want to get that Champions League money. They just want to keep that sponsorship revenue coming in. They want to keep that Champions League money coming in. So I fully agree with you on that one. Gungshi, by the way, have a great day, mate. Really appreciate that. If you're not in the video later, just, have a great sleep, mate. It's the middle of the night there. You know what I mean? It's pretty much night time now anyway, so I don't expect you to be in there, Gungers. But thank you very much for that.
Everyone put a heart in the chat for Gungshi.
Heart in the chat for Gungers, everyone. And Ellie as well. Hope you feel better, Ellie. Becky Hope. Getting in here says, Mrs. P cake, I love lasagna, garlic bread. Yeah, they do go well together as well. Garlic bread goes with every Italian dish beautifully. Bruno Kovacevic says, at Jonathan Gallagher, Bayern will never let Davies go. Hell of a young kid. Yeah, they won't let Alphonso Davies go. That's the man who I'd like to get a left back, though, for the next 10 years, just like Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back. I agree with that one. Nice one, guys. Danny with the love heart as well. Shout out Danny, Gungshi, that United fan with the love heart. Aaron H, Mrs. P, Ryan 9, Eddie Benson, Matt Rush, Jim Joe Bobley. Ranchi Farhan comments, United still posting Van der Beek pics. It's been 18 days since we signed him. Come on, lads, now. Let's do some bloody business. Let's get it done. And all you tits out there buying the Sancho shirts when we get him in last day of the window as well. You're a disgrace. Just going to say that now. Right, okay then, guys. Hopefully we do get him in at the window, and I'll be buzzing about that one too. I understand it, but we've got to make some sort of a stance against the regime of this club. Come on. Abuna Gay, thank you for getting in. John O'Denton, King of Pigs, thank you, John. Ellie says, I'm thinking it may be COVID. Oh, bloody hell, Ellie. Shit. That's not good. Everybody, put that love heart emoji in the live chat again for Ellie. Just hopefully it's not COVID, but either way, rest up, Ellie. You know, stay, take it easy over there, and I hope you feel very better soon. Damien Maxwell comments, United are finishing 5th. You know, I would hate to say that's the case, but we haven't done that much in this window. I still think we should be not accepting anything less than 4th, really, with the squad we've got currently, because I do think we have got a good squad, but we just need 2 or 3 positions improving, and then we would have a really good shout of maybe just breaking in to 2nd, or who knows, challenging. Thank you, Gungy. He says, thank you, legends. You're all amazing. Absolutely. This is a whole bunch of legends on this channel. So thank you all the regulars, everybody who's new in here, David Kind, Eddie Benson, Johnny Gallagher, Mrs. P, everybody who's a part of this community and a part of this channel. Just thank you for getting in here and thank you for getting involved. I'm going to wrap this video up now, though, lads and lasses. If you're just getting in. Sorry? Do you realise you're over there and you're not mic'd up? And when I'm speaking, if you speak, they can't hear you. They can just hear me speaking and some inaudible screeching in the background. Do you realise that? So
sorry.
if you're going to speak, wait until I've stopped speaking.
Okay, sorry everyone.
You may speak.
No, I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Okay then, thank you guys. Rajon comments, Glazers made COVID at Manchester United. Oh. Wiggy says, enjoy your evening, man. Catch you on the next stream. Thank you, Wiggy. Thank you, Collins Achiri. Damien Maxwell. Yes, Damien. He's just become part of the Bacon Brigade. Shout out to you, Damien Maxwell, lad. Really appreciate that one, my friend. Everybody who's a Bacon Brigade member, get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in the live chat to say welcome to Damien Maxwell, who's just become a member of the Bacon Brigade. Dude, thank you so much for that, Damien. Really appreciate that, man. Another member. Oh, yeah. Vincent Bullock, hello to you too, matey, the normal one. Shout out, Illy United, what an absolute legend. I hope you're doing better as well, Illy United, you top man. Android Gamer Pro says, going to be paying for that later. Professor Love for me. Yeah, Mark Alexander. No, don't do that, Mark Alexander. That's a little bit extreme, my friend. I hope you're joking about that one, my friend. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there, but thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Please do us a favour before you go and smash that like button. Look at all these funny emojis coming in. You've got the Phil Jones Gurn emoji, the wild pig emoji, all coming in there, the little baby pig emoji, the pig face emoji from Damien Maxwell there. All welcoming Damien Maxwell to the Bacon Brigade as a member. Thank you, Damien. Really appreciate that one, man. Welcome.
The one you referred to as the wild pig one, I've ordered that to get that framed.
Have you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I love it.
That's ridiculous. Thank you, Abuna Gay. Thank you, Aaron H., you legend. All the moderators, thank you, seriously, for doing a great job. I know this chat's popping off at the moment, so it's difficult sometimes. So thank you very much, honestly. Really appreciate that, mods. Raf22 says, love the channel pig. Any new original content coming? Always, my friend. Keep a lookout. FIFA 21's going to be coming out soon. We're going to be getting on that. There's going to be other footballers coming on the channel soon as well. Nothing exactly confirmed at this moment in time, but there definitely will be. We had Luke Chadwick on. We had Eric Nevland on. We're going to have a bunch of ex-United players on and stuff like that. So keep a lookout. We're going to get all that stuff sorted out soon. We're on our way to 29k as well. So if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 29k, lads and lasses. Gungshi says 281 likes. That's brilliant. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for liking. I'm going to stop it there. I'm just rambling now, but I appreciate you all stopping by in here. Paul Vanderbeek, have a great day. Gungshi, Mrs. P, Matt Rush, legend. Oh, he says Ahmad Traore update, pig. Oh, for Pete's sake. So I've got no, thank you, Rush. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Update. He says Ahmad Traore, Manchester United, interesting forward, backed up. Been following him for some time, and they've held talks last winter. Thank you very much for that update there, Matt Rush. So yes, Ahmad Traore. If you want to know a bit more about him, watch my video yesterday on him, because United were supposed to have put a bid in, or certainly started negotiations for Ahmad Traore. Not Adama Traore, guys. Not Adama Traore. No, this is a different Traore. This is like the 6th or 7th or 10th best Traore, as Griffo Chaz said yesterday, which I found quite funny. But he's 18, he's young, he's a prospect for the future. It's a good signing for United for the future. Does he do all that much now? Who knows? Who knows? He looks like a good talent. But yeah, thank you for that update there, Matt Rush. That's very nice of you. And yes, Ahmad Traore, United interest in forward, backed up, following him for some time. Held talks last winter. Quite interesting. Thank you, guys. Fred Cranham, have a great evening. No worries about that John Prescott remark, mate. That's fine. It was only a bit of bants, weren't it? You don't actually think I look like like John Prescott, do you? Don't answer that. Joseph Chinsar says, you are great, mate. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Mohammed Nasir Tanshriche Mudnor, hello to you too. Batman Night Fan, Mr. Jaiho, family owned, hello. Mr. JG84, Ranchi Farhan, Wiggy, KM, Art Kings, Jim Joe Bobley, Matt Rush, Mrs. P, Batman Night Fan, Ryan Burber, Spin 9, bunch of legends. That's going to be it. What the bloody hell's going on with my hair, guys? Look at that shit. I've got to cut. I'm going to shave this off. As soon as we sign Sancho, I'm shaving this shit off, man. Come back in a few minutes, though, guys, and have your say. I love football, 1872. We're just wrapping up, but come back in a few minutes' time. Have your say. Get commented in the not live comments after the vid. I'll respond to you there. I take the time to respond to everybody who comments on my channel. Even if you're a twat, I'll either block you or respond to you. So get involved, guys. Thank you very much, everybody that does. Have a great day. That's going to be it from me. Thanks for watching. Mrs. P, you want to say bye?
Yeah, bye everyone. Have a lovely day and see you soon. And thank you for the cake emojis earlier and for being legends always.
And Paul Vanderbeek says, see you at 9:30, Pig. Absolutely, we do 2 shows a day. There's another show at 9:30 p.m. So get in here, 9:30 p.m. See you later. Thanks for watching. This is the Pig.
And Gunshi, thank you for that lovely super chat.
And Gunshi, you're a legend.
Ellie and Dante aren't well, so I hope you both feel better.
Oh, Dante as well. I hope you feel better too. That does not sound good then, Ellie. Rest up. Keep us posted on how you're doing. And just, yeah, hope you feel better soon. Phone Monkey 187, Primot, Saeed Shah, Fred Cranham, Shelton Williams, KM, Ilya United, Gunshi, Ryan Bebs for 9, Joseph Chinsar. I love football. I'm wrapping it up. See you on the next one. See you later at 9:30. Have a great day, everyone. This is the Pig. I'm out of here. Right then, guys. Thank you for watching that show today. Bit of a shit news day for United. Tiago going to Liverpool, Reguilon's going to Spurs, Bale's going to Spurs, United still haven't got anybody lined up for centre-back, this Tellez business, will we, won't we, Sancho, will we, won't we, it's just shit, isn't it, guys? Come back and have your say after this vid's finished in a minute's time. And this is just the Patreon credits to say thank you to all the people that support this show on Patreon, or who are tier 2 channel members as well. They appear on this list, on YouTube, I mean, so shout out to everybody, shout out to the new channel member as well, Damien. Shout out to everybody who's supported this show in any way. But to be honest with you, it's all free. You don't have to do this. It's just these guys choose to do it because they enjoy the content. So thank you. But the best thing you can do to support this channel and support this show is smash the like button and subscribe and share it around and just get involved and interact. That's the best thing you can do. So appreciate you all who do that. Appreciate you all for watching, all the subscribers, all the viewers. James, bye to you too. Showy Bodie, bye to you too. KM Ellie, Vincent Bullock, Joseph Chinsar, Mrs. P. Everybody, have a great day. I'll see you at 9:30 tonight. Stay classy.